Do you have less energy than you used to? Are your joints beginning to hurt, perhaps due to inflammation? Does your skin feel less supple with signs of damage from the sun or fatigue? What if you could turn back the clock and begin to feel more energized, have less pain, and look better than you have in years? You are about to learn about an amazing discovery that offers incredible benefits to your body and is on the brink of changing this supplement industry. To tell us more is our studio host, Chris Hurt.
Hi everyone, my name is Chris Hurt. Thank you for joining us. I'll be your host for our show today, and joining me right now is Dr. John Lewis from the University of Miami. He has been conducting clinical research for decades on reversing the inflammation that can lead to dementia and other diseases of the brain. Also joining us is author Bob Capelli, who has a new book called Natural Astaxanthin, the supplement you can feel. We are going to reveal some amazing facts on our program today that all of us need to know. First of all, gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We human beings are not getting something right. All of us age. That's a problem we all have to face. Right. What is aging really, and is there anything that we can do to reverse the process of aging?
Chris, great question. I think when you think of aging, you think of a lot of factors that go into what we call aging. So, for example, how do you feel, right? I mean, we all notice changes as we go through the lifespan of, do you feel less energetic? Do you have more pain? Do you feel like you just can't do things the way you used to be able to? So definitely there's a feeling component to it, but hidden underneath that is everything structurally that's going on. So we don't even see those changes, but yet those happen to us as we go through the aging process. Now you asked a question about can we do anything about it? Absolutely. So there are plenty of behavioral factors that go into this idea of healthy aging, if you want to call it.
Right.
So for example, in what you mentioned in my work, nutrition, of course, being the major factor to me. I mean, nutrition is our absolute foundation for what prevents us from having, let's call it, unhealthy aging. So nutrition, dietary supplementation, exercise, sleeping properly, managing your stress, not using tobacco, limiting or not using alcohol. I mean, these are many of the factors that go into what we consider to be healthy aging based on how you use or don't do certain things or do certain things.
Yeah, well, I'm feeling very convicted here. You're talking about things that I have to admit to doing myself. Not always eating right. I'm not getting the exercise I should, probably not sleeping as well as I should as well. What exactly does that do to our bodies?
Great question. So if you're not doing, let's call them the better way of doing certain things, like again, eating well, which obviously that's a loaded point, right? I mean, lots of disparity related to what people think is the best way to eat. But again, thinking of things like insomnia or stress or chemical exposure. So if you're under the influence of all these things, well, one of the main things, of course, is inflammation. I mean, you can't even talk about chronic disease today without discussing the impact of inflammation on all that.
Let me get a definition. What exactly is inflammation?
So inflammation is something that our immune system actually creates. Now, there are two types of inflammation, right? There's the acute, and then there's the chronic. We definitely want to have acute inflammation when we get injured, we have trauma, we have some sort of acute pathogenic situation.
That's part of the healing process?
That's right, exactly. Okay. That's actually a very good thing. But when inflammation gets dysregulated, when you have this chronic inflammation that proceeds over time, again related to things like eating poorly, not exercising, smoking, not managing your stress, being an insomniac, all these things contribute to this long process of dysregulated chronic inflammation, and that's very bad for us. That's where we really have sort of this acceleration of unhealthy aging.
Antioxidants?
Antioxidants are very important to this story. So when you look at oxidation and inflammation, they're very related factors that go into aging. So it's very important to have a lot of antioxidants in the food that we take, in the supplements that we take. It's very important.
Okay, so when I think of antioxidants, I'm thinking of things like vitamin C. I've heard about CoQ10. Is that what we're talking about here, those types of antioxidants?
We are, but we're talking about something even greater than that, and I don't want to steal Bob's thunder, but we're talking about Total Cell Care, a product that has something called astaxanthin in it that's way more potent than those particular antioxidants that you mentioned.
Is astaxanthin something that you write about? Is that something that's equivalent to those things? Is it better? What can you tell us, Bob?
So, good question. Astaxanthin is actually the world's strongest natural antioxidant. It's also the world's highest quality antioxidant because it does 6 things that most other antioxidants cannot do.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. And just as a show of its incredible strength, when you measure astaxanthin in a head-to-head antioxidant test against, say, you mentioned vitamin C, it was found to be 6,000 times more potent to reduce free radicals than vitamin C.
Whoa.
6,000.
That's an astronomical number.
Unbelievable.
6,000 times.
800 times more powerful than CoQ10. 550 times more powerful than vitamin E. So we're talking about a very, very powerful, effective antioxidant that, again, can do 6 different things that other antioxidants cannot.
I was fascinated. There are several celebrities, movie stars, well-known personalities out there who are using astaxanthin to improve their skincare. Tell us about that.
There are some household names, Hollywood movie stars and some models that are using astaxanthin because when you take this supplement internally, it's been shown to get out throughout the entire body. It gets into the brain and the eyes, it gets into the heart, it bonds with muscle tissue, and it also, over time, over about a month or two, deposits and concentrates in your skin. And when it does that, it works in a preventative way to help prevent UV damage from the sun, but it also actually helps to improve your skin quality. It improves the skin moisture levels, the skin elasticity levels, and also reduces wrinkles.
Okay, so I'm trying to get to the bottom line here. You're saying that astaxanthin will actually prevent, if I go out in the sun and stay out too long, this could actually help prevent a sunburn.
Yeah, it will increase the amount of time you can stay in the sun before you get burnt. Absolutely.
Wow. And NASA, I understand, is getting involved with astaxanthin too. What's going on there?
Yeah, actually, I encourage everyone to go on the NASA website because right on the website, it goes through all of the research, and there's over 1,000 studies showing health benefits for astaxanthin, and NASA talks about all these health benefits. There's 10 of these health benefits are clinically validated with human studies and a minimum of 5 studies each. So it's very, very well researched.
Who's best going to benefit from astaxanthin? Is this for everyone?
It absolutely is. There's no safety concern, so it's for anyone who wants to take it. However, I really feel that the most people that are really going to want to take this supplement are people 40 and over that, as the doctor was talking about earlier, are starting to age a little bit, starting to worry about their eyes and their brain, starting to get aches and pains, worry about their immune system, worry about their skin. These are the people that can really benefit from astaxanthin.
All right, you mentioned some of the benefits already. Your subtitle of the book is The Supplement You Can Feel. I know from reading it that you also talk about the feelability factor. What do you mean by that?
So, astaxanthin takes a little time to work, but after about a month or two, about 80% of people will actually feel it working in their bodies. And that's different from most supplements. I mean, again, I've been in the supplement industry 30 years, and most supplements you're taking on faith. But astaxanthin, you can feel less, it works as an anti-inflammatory, so you can feel less pain from arthritis or even after sports. You have higher energy levels, more endurance. It builds your immune system, so you're getting less sick less frequently. It can help improve your eye, your fine vision in your eyes, help improve brain function, so many different ways it's helping you. And again, all of these clinically validated through research.
Let me take another moment. Let's talk specifically about eyesight. How is it going to help someone's eyesight?
So it works in a few different ways. It works to actually improve what they call visual acuity. That's the ability to see fine detail. It helps to increase blood flow to the eyes. There's been 11 different clinical studies showing that it actually helps prevent when you're on the computer all day and you're getting eye fatigue and tired eyes, you're getting blurred vision, double vision sometimes. It helps prevent all that as well. So many different ways it's helping the eyes.
Dr. Lewis, from a medical standpoint, what's going on there? How does astaxanthin actually get into the eyes and make things better there?
Right. So because of the particle size, you're talking about a small particle that's able to go through the blood-brain or the blood-optical nerve barrier. So you're really getting that nutrition into these organs where it can do its work.
Right. We're going to take a quick break here, but so far I am very astonished with everything you're revealing to us on our show today, and something tells me it's going to get a whole lot better. And frankly, I'm eager to find out more for my own benefit, but also, obviously, to share with our viewers out there. We have been talking with Dr. John Lewis and learning about some of his incredible research into the inflammation of the brain and body, and also Bob Capelli, who is the author of a book called Natural Astaxanthin, The Supplement You Can Feel. And I should let you know that if you act right now, we're going to make sure that you get your own digital copy of this amazing book, but you do have to act within the next 30 minutes. Got a lot more to discuss with you, and a little bit later, I'm actually going to share a happy little surprise with our distinguished guests here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Do you have less energy than you used to? Are your joints beginning to hurt, perhaps due to inflammation? Does your skin feel less supple with signs of damage from the sun or fatigue? What if you could turn back the clock and begin to feel more energized, have less pain, and look better than you have in years? Introducing Total Cell Care, one of the most powerful and effective supplements to help energize your mitochondria, boosting energy levels while also reducing the free radicals that cause inflammation and damage to your skin. Total Cell Care contains 3 amazing ingredients. Astaxanthin, which has been clinically proven to be 6,000 times more potent than vitamin C, and helps reduce the impact from harmful ultraviolet rays from the sun. That's why NASA is growing this astaxanthin in space to keep astronauts healthier during long-term space travel. Cooper's Copper, the world's first and only bioavailable copper. This is fundamental to ATP cycling, our body's energy for everything. And PPQ, a powerful electron transfer coenzyme that removes free radicals, optimizing energy production while maintaining healthy cell function. As we age, our NAD levels drop, causing us to experience some of the hallmarks of aging. Total Cell Care's ingredients work synergistically to help our bodies restore these levels naturally. With Total Cell Care, you will quickly begin to feel the difference with softer, smoother skin, and you should notice less pain in your knees, back, shoulders, and hands. Total Cell Care will help to boost your immunity and reduce the threats from toxic cells that will otherwise replicate into more damaged cells. Order this life-changing supplement right now and get your free digital copy of author Bob Capelli's book, Natural Astaxanthin, the supplement you can feel. With over 1,000 clinical studies conducted on this amazing ingredient, it's probably the biggest nutritional breakthrough that you have never heard of. Total Cell Care is everything you need at the cellular level to look and feel your best, so you can live life to the fullest. Don't let another minute tick by without making a huge positive change for yourself. Order Total Cell Care right now and get on the path to health and happiness. Go ahead and order your first bottle now.
Welcome back, everyone. We're talking about some astounding facts surrounding an incredible new supplement called Total Cell Care that I really believe is about to change the entire antioxidant industry and everything we know about taking care of our skin, our eyesight, our immune systems, our cells, and possibly, we're going to find out, possibly the length of our lives. With us again is Dr. John Lewis and author Bob Capelli. Gentlemen, so far we've discussed this wonderful new supplement called Total Cell Care, which contains astaxanthin, the world's most powerful natural antioxidant. We've talked about some of the benefits to the skin, the eyes we mentioned as well. I want to go back to the problem, though, just for a moment here. The aging process. Doctor, can you help us visualize exactly what is going on inside of our bodies when it's aging?
Sure, Chris. So I have a picture here of myself, of yours truly. And you can think of this picture as when you're like a young child, right? Or maybe just after birth, actually. All the way through life, we go through this aging process, this process that we've talked about. So over time, as we age, our cells begin to replicate themselves less well than they did when we're very young. Unfortunately, that's just a hallmark of aging. There is no cure for mortality, right? We all eventually expire at some point.
And the replication is normal, it's natural.
Right.
It goes on for all of it.
That's right. It's a normal process. But you can see as I'm going through time, this replication, this is actually copying of copies. So over time, the cells copy less well than they did before. So when we mentioned some of these other factors earlier about inflammation, oxidation related to things like poor diet, lack of nutrients, lack of exercise, etc., as we get toward the end of our lives, you can see as I'm becoming even less recognizable in all of these different pictures to the point where at the very end of my life, potentially, the cell is not even recognizable as it was at a young age. So again, this is a normal process, but we can do things like with Total Cell Care to help prevent what's going on in that replication process.
Right. Thank you for showing this. It's a very interesting way to look at it. Astaxanthin obviously is going to help prevent or slow down this process. What are the other ingredients in Total Cell Care aside from astaxanthin?
So in Total Cell Care, we have two other things, PQQ and copper. copper being an essential mineral, and then you have PQQ, both interacting with our mitochondria. Now, for the viewers who don't know, our mitochondria in our cell is our cell engine. So in other words, every cell is producing energy. That's how we function. That's how we function on a cellular level. And if our mitochondria are not healthy, and again, like going through this replication process I showed, same thing happens with our mitochondria. We don't produce as much energy, so we don't feel well, we don't feel functional. So PQQ and copper are very important in producing energy and making us feel well, and also being heavily involved in all of these oxidation processes. So lowering all that oxidation is a very important role for both PQQ and copper.
So all of this sounds terrific, right? I have to ask the question, and I hesitate to do it, but I think it needs to be asked. Are we talking about a supplement, Total Cell Care with astaxanthin, something that could extend lifespans?
Chris, it's a great question. I think, it's difficult to extend the results of studies beyond what the actual studies showed, but as Bob has mentioned, so many studies have been conducted on astaxanthin. So when you think about, projecting, if you will, to extending the lifespan, when you are able to calm down that inflammation, calm down that oxidation, it's absolutely worthwhile to consider that. And in addition, being able to think about whatever number of years you have, extending or improving the quality of life within those years, not just the lifespan, but also improving the quality of life you do have as long as you're here on the planet.
That's a better way to put it. It's improving the quality of your existing life,
Right.
however long that may be.
Exactly.
I love that answer. Thank you.
And I would add that even though there's been no human clinical study showing that it can increase lifespan, because that would take decades to do, of
Good
course.
point, yeah.
But there are 6 different studies in animals, in different species of animals, and in each of those on lifespan, astaxanthin extended the lifespan of those animals. So there's a very good indication that it could work in humans.
That was a loaded question. You handled it very well, but I knew that was going to be a tough one to ask. So let's talk about proper expectations. I want to set this up properly for our viewers out there. Should this be regarded then as a great way to maintain your current health status? Or could we think of Total Cell Care as being a supplement to actually improve and maybe reverse some of the bad habits that we've been talking about so far?
Chris, no question about it. It doesn't matter if you have a health challenge or if you feel perfectly healthy. You're always subjected to inflammation and oxidation. So Total Cell Care ought to be one of your primary tools in your toolbox to help calm all of those things down and improve your overall quality of life.
Okay.
No question about it.
I agree, yep.
Bob, I have to ask this. There was an interesting note in your book about the world's supply of astaxanthin, and at one point not too long ago, the world's supply of astaxanthin actually drastically dropped. Can you tell us about what happened?
Yeah, actually, that's true. So a very famous doctor went on the #1 health TV show, and I'm not going to mention names, but they ran that segment 3 times. He said that this is the #1 supplement you've never heard of that you should be taking, and within just that few months span, it sold out the worldwide supply of astaxanthin.
Flew off the store shelves.
Absolutely.
It's quite an endorsement for it. So that brings up the next question is Total Cell Care. Why is it important that we use that as our source, our most trusted source? Are there imposters out there that we should be aware of?
Well, with astaxanthin, with that component, for sure, there are. So astaxanthin can be derived from several different sources. The Total Cell Care uses the source from algae. And that's the one that has all this clinical research, so many clinical studies proving all these health benefits. That's also the one that's been tested against the other forms. One is a synthetic form from petrochemicals, another one from a genetically manipulated yeast product, another one from bacteria. For example, if you test the algae form against the synthetic form, it's 20 to 90 times stronger as an antioxidant. So you make sure you have to get the right sort of astaxanthin, and that's the only one used in Total Cell Care.
All right, that sounds great. We need to be aware that there are some imposters out there. Dr. John Lewis, Bob Capelli, thanks for being with us. We're very thrilled to have you with us. We have more to come. We're going to take one more quick break before our final segment to learn even more about this breakthrough supplement. It is called Total Cell Care. We will be right back.
Do you have less energy than you used to? Are your joints beginning to hurt, perhaps due to inflammation? Does your skin feel less supple with signs of damage from the sun or fatigue? What if you could turn back the clock and begin to feel more energized, have less pain, and look better than you have in years? Introducing Total Cell Care, one of the most powerful and effective supplements to help energize your mitochondria, boosting energy levels while also reducing the free radicals that cause inflammation and damage to your skin. Total Cell Care contains 3 amazing ingredients. Astaxanthin, which has been clinically proven to be 6,000 times more potent than vitamin C, and helps reduce the impact from harmful ultraviolet rays from the sun. That's why NASA is growing this astaxanthin in space to keep astronauts healthier during long-term space travel. Cooper's Copper, the world's first and only bioavailable copper. This is fundamental to ATP cycling, our body's energy for everything. And PPQ, a powerful electron transfer coenzyme that removes free radicals, optimizing energy production while maintaining healthy cell function. As we age, our NAD levels drop, causing us to experience some of the hallmarks of aging. Total Cell Care's ingredients work synergistically to help our bodies restore these levels naturally. With Total Cell Care, you will quickly begin to feel the difference with softer, smoother skin, and you should notice less pain in your knees, back, shoulders, and hands. Total Cell Care will help to boost your immunity and reduce the threats from toxic cells that will otherwise replicate into more damaged cells. Order this life-changing supplement right now and get your free digital copy of author Bob Capelli's book, Natural Astaxanthin, the supplement you can feel. With over 1,000 clinical studies conducted on this amazing ingredient, it's probably the biggest nutritional breakthrough that you have never heard of. Total Cell Care is everything you need at the cellular level to look and feel your best, so you can live life to the fullest. Don't let another minute tick by without making a huge positive change for yourself. Order Total Cell Care right now and get on the path to health and happiness. Go ahead and order your first bottle now.
Welcome back, everyone. If you've been with us for the last 20 minutes, you may be just as blown away as I have been about this incredible new supplement that has been scientifically formulated using the latest research on life extension and health vitality. Once again, we are talking with author Bob Capelli and Dr. John Lewis about this breakthrough new supplement. It is called Total Cell Care. Bob, earlier on in the program, you were talking about how quickly people might start to notice changes, the feelability factor after you take astaxanthin and Total Cell Care. How long does it take to start noticing?
Usually about a month. Some people a little faster, and some people it can take up to 2 months.
All right, I got a little surprise for you. Before we came here today, actually 2 weeks ago, the producers of the show sent me a supply of Total Cell Care. I am on day 12 now, I believe, and I can tell you firsthand, I've noticed a particular change. I have back issues, and for the last 8 to 10 years, I have been experiencing what I would call mild to moderate pain and aches when I get up in the morning, even when I'm shifting positions in bed at night. And that, I would say after about 4 or 5 days, I began to notice a change. Here I am, less than 2 weeks in, and I'm not experiencing any pain in the mornings when I get out of bed. That's been a wonderful, wonderful thing. So
Fantastic.
yeah,
Awesome.
Take that for what it's worth. I'm just saying, right? So as you've heard on the show, we can all benefit from this. In the time we've got left, can you give us some of your top reasons for recommending this to someone who may be on the fence out there?
I mean, number one would have to be just cellular health. If you protect your cells, you're really protecting your overall health as well as you can. I would also say that the fact that as an antioxidant, this can get through the blood-brain and blood-retinal barriers and protect our brains and our eyes. These are vital organs, so that's absolutely critical. After that, I would say probably like cardiovascular health, the fact that it can get into your heart and provide antioxidant and anti-inflammatory protection to that vital organ, because we all know that heart disease is the #1 killer. Then I would say immunity, boosting immunity. After that, probably increasing endurance and energy levels. I mean, as we get older, I think everyone has issues with that. So there are so many. There are really 10 distinct ones, but those are, I would say, my top 5 reasons why you want to take this Total Cell Care.
You said top 5. You actually listed about 7 there.
Did I? Wow.
You don't count very well, obviously. Dr. Lewis, do you have anything to add to that?
Yes, I would say that, it's never too late to start, and I don't care if you feel like you're the healthiest person on the planet or if you already have a health challenge. It's always good to supply the body the nutrients and the raw materials that it needs to function properly. As Bob said, cellular health defines us. I mean, not one cell, but we're a collection of trillions of cells. And so we want to give all those cells the nutrients that they need, like in Total Cell Care, to function properly.
And this is all based on scientific studies and research. We want to remind everyone, right?
Right.
Oh, absolutely. There's over 1,000 studies showing positive health benefits for astaxanthin already. And you can just go on the NASA website, and they talk all about it there. So
1,000, more than 1,000
Over
different
1,000.
studies. So of the things you listed there, cellular health, brain and eye health, cardiovascular, immunity, endurance, skin health we talked about earlier, and for yours truly, back pain health, right? This really did make a difference. As you've heard on the show today, we can all benefit from Total Cell Care, and in so many different ways. Want to remind you to act right now to get on the path to some amazing health and well-being. Don't let another day go by without giving yourself the best chance for optimal health and a longer, happier life. Thank you all very much for watching.
Do you have less energy than you used to? Are your joints beginning to hurt, perhaps due to inflammation? Does your skin feel less supple with signs of damage from the sun or fatigue? What if you could turn back the clock and begin to feel more energized, have less pain, and look better than you have in years? Introducing Total Cell Care, one of the most powerful and effective supplements to help energize your mitochondria, boosting energy levels while also reducing the free radicals that cause inflammation and damage to your skin. Total Cell Care contains 3 amazing ingredients. Astaxanthin, which has been clinically proven to be 6,000 times more potent than vitamin C, and helps reduce the impact from harmful ultraviolet rays from the sun. That's why NASA is growing this astaxanthin in space to keep astronauts healthier during long-term space travel. Cooper's Copper, the world's first and only bioavailable copper. This is fundamental to ATP cycling, our body's energy for everything. And PPQ, a powerful electron transfer coenzyme that removes free radicals, optimizing energy production while maintaining healthy cell function. As we age, our NAD levels drop, causing us to experience some of the hallmarks of aging. Total Cell Care's ingredients work synergistically to help our bodies restore these levels naturally. With Total Cell Care, you will quickly begin to feel the difference with softer, smoother skin, and you should notice less pain in your knees, back, shoulders, and hands. Total Cell Care will help to boost your immunity and reduce the threats from toxic cells that will otherwise replicate into more damaged cells. Order this life-changing supplement right now and get your free digital copy of author Bob Capelli's book, Natural Astaxanthin, the supplement you can feel. With over 1,000 clinical studies conducted on this amazing ingredient, it's probably the biggest nutritional breakthrough that you have never heard of. Total Cell Care is everything you need at the cellular level to look and feel your best, so you can live life to the fullest. Don't let another minute tick by without making a huge positive change for yourself. Order Total Cell Care right now and get on the path to health and happiness. Go ahead and order your first bottle now.